Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to yet an exciting episode of Girls in Football. You know, we always want to tell you and insist that girls who watch football, we love it, we enjoy it just as much as you guys think you do. Because most times we hear things like, girls do not really know much about football. But nah, we do. And today, I'm joined by another very knowledgeable football content creator. Her name is Ivory.
Drum roll.
A big time Manchester United fan. She eats, sleeps, breathes, dreams Manchester United. Ivory, greet them at home.
Hi guys, my name is Ivory, Manchester United's blood, full flesh. You know what time it is? Girls talk football.
Yeah, it'll be the pumping. She said, you know what time it is, so I had to add that part. So yeah, Ivory, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Nice to have you here.
Yeah, nice to see you one more time.
One more time. Yeah. The last time she always removed my wig. Okay, I was not wearing a wig that day. But here we are again today. Very fine girl at that, and she's
Thank
here.
you.
So
You're beautiful too.
thank you, Ivory. We're going to go right into things. Today we're not fighting. We're just going to talk about football.
Yeah.
To the best of our knowledge and ability. So yeah, let's start with the Premier League currently, because I think that is the most watched league in the world. But for some people, they think that the Premier League is overrated. What do you think? Do you think the Premier League is overrated, or what do you think about the Premier League?
Obviously not. Are you not entertained right now? Like, look at Arsenal, look at Manchester United. If you do anything, like, you fall down. So, like, nobody is just taking chances. If you lose a game, you drop points. So everyone is head over heels to grab the 3 points, and 1 point missed is a big opportunity missed. So you don't want to miss that,
Especially when you look at the table currently. I think between as much as I know, Chelsea has 28 points, Manchester United has 26 points, and it's been like that for a while. 2 points in between, 1 point in between the fourth position team. At a point, Chelsea was down to 7th position because we missed the game, and then people that were in 8th came and took over, pushed us down. At the point, Everton was on top of the table, not on top, but like they were in the top 4. At the time, Bournemouth, at the time, like, it's just been swapping like that. So like you rightly said, it's the most entertaining league in the world, and it's the league where people come to and they struggle.
Of course,
players come and they struggle.
Yeah, because now if you look at the league, look at Chelsea 28 points, Man United 26. If you look at the games that we dropped points, look at Everton, look at West Ham, look at Bournemouth. I mean, those games were just winnable games, and we could have topped Chelsea.
In your dreams, though, but it's okay.
We could have topped Chelsea. Amorim, I'll just lay low right now.
I didn't know why I'm laughing at you people. This is why you fans. God, there's nothing I would not hear on social media. Your fellow fans, including you too. I think that the people were laughing at us and saying Chelsea drew with Bournemouth, world champions in the mud. At least they did not score us. We did not,
But my game was not boring like yours.
Our game was not boring.
It was so boring. Were you not entertained?
It was not boring.
Were you not entertained?
I was entertained because I was at one corner just hoping and wishing that. But I was like, Bournemouth, do it for me.
No, now you're in Old Trafford, and we could not. That our record. Winning at halftime, we could not let it go against Bournemouth. Who them be? Who God, them? Were you not entertained?
Between Man United fans and Arsenal fans, I do not even know the biggest dreamers these days.
I think it's Chelsea.
Nah, we were not. We're just there. We're just low key.
You dream.
We don't have too much. No, we do not. We are just low key. We leave the dreaming for Man U and Arsenal fans, because when Chelsea is doing badly, we admit.
Of course, we need to dream big.
Nah,
I mean, we need to dream big because we're a big club, right?
For example, now in the game against Cardiff City, the game we played in the EFL, I cannot remember any Chelsea fan legit saying the only thing we're doing was praising certain players who turned up. But I cannot remember any Chelsea fan saying, yes, we did well. A lot of us were angry because that game was nothing to write home about. But imagine Manchester United celebrating a draw against Bournemouth. Who
was celebrating a draw?
People were celebrating.
No one was.
I have their evidences.
Drop the evidence, because that was a slap on our face.
DOP, please
that
help
was
me
a slap
add
on
the
our
video.
face.
Help me add the video of that Manchester United fan.
Now,
what is her name? Josie United. I will remember and I will call her out. Josie United was like, are you not entertained?
Of course, it was an entertaining game. You know, to back her up, it was an entertaining game, swinging emotions from ecstasy to annoyance and all of that. As a neutral, it was quite entertaining, but as a fan, as a Man United fan,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it was
as a neutral, it was entertaining for us. But looking at Manchester United fans celebrating the fact that this game was entertaining was, I don't know, like,
you also celebrated a draw against Arsenal
because we did it with 10 men. This one you have. And Arsenal is not Bournemouth. Arsenal is equally a big team. Arsenal is a team that is topping the Premier League table at the moment.
But
so we had every reason to be happy that not only did we draw with Arsenal, right? We scored first in that game with 10 men. Arsenal were the ones struggling to come back into the game. If only we had a good defense.
No, I'll actually give that to you guys. You know, that game, I was
for this thing that you've for the fact that you're about to give it to us. I
even said it, like, I was wowed, you know, holding Arsenal. You know how they press so much and all of that with 10 men. It was, you know, incredible. Yeah.
But the thing is that with my team, I just do not know. One day they are giving you that performance.
Your defense, na basket.
Honestly, one day they give you this performance, so you say, you go look and say, wow, nice. The next moment they are making you wonder because the Cardiff game, I was really upset. The first half was terrible until we now came in the second half and
brought in my boy.
Is that your boy?
My boy.
So let me even ask you. Are you going to take Garnacho back at Manchester United and let Cunha go? What do you think?
No, I wouldn't.
Ivory, say the truth.
We've let him go to, you know, help you guys.
So you said to help us. So if, for example, something happens and they say pick between Garnacho and Cunha, because I mean Cunha is a winger and he was brought in because you guys needed a winger and Alejandro Garnacho had no place in Manchester United anymore, so you had to. So now let's say something happens and then there is a Garnacho and then there is a Cunha, comparing both their forms currently, because currently Garnacho has more goals and assists in all competitions than Cunha does in just the Premier League. That is the only competition he's playing in. So are you going to let Cunha go over Garnacho, or are you going to still stick with Cunha?
I'll stick with Cunha. Yeah, I'll stick with Cunha. Garnacho, you know, when he came to Chelsea, he was recognized as someone that is still finding his feet. You know, recently he's just been, you know, getting into the system, getting into Chelsea's form and all of that. So, but I'll stick with Cunha. Cunha's pressing ability, his flair up front, you know, he's a threat when he's with the ball. You know that, something is going to happen. In as much as
it's same with Garnacho now. I mean, Garnacho, and then something actually happens.
Garnacho's end final balls is something else. Like, no.
So you're not taking back?
No, I wouldn't.
Why not even giving you back, Sha?
That's why I say we've dashed you now.
No, it's not dash us. I
Pharaoh,
paid.
let my people go.
You not dash me. I paid and I paid in full. And it's not on the same level. You paid for Mason Mount. I've paid for Garnacho. The only thing is that Garnacho has come. He's doing very well. He's doing fantastic. I cannot even I know that, yes, like you rightly said, he has his moments. End products, end results is the problem with him. That's decision making in the final third. But looking at how he performed in that game against Cardiff, it could just be Cardiff to some people. Oh, it's just Cardiff. What are people celebrating? But I feel like games like that goes ahead to, you know, build the players' confidence and gives them room to improve some more.
Yeah, you know, even in Manchester United, Garnacho sometimes he was tagged as a super sub. You know, he's just that one player you throw in, go and feel the grass, and he just does magic at the time you just want him to do it. So,
but people suffered that boy. People suffered him in Manchester United because look at my boy. Now he's looking fresher.
Nobody's
he's
bigger than
happier.
The club.
Amorim wanted to take his life. I don't know. I feel like that's what Cunha is going through right now. He has now come to Man U and
he's not going through anything. He's not struggling.
He was doing better at Wolves. He has not been the Cunha that we know.
He's not struggling per se. You know, he has had his moments. He scored the last game. Yeah, he scored
only 2 goals in 14 appearances.
You cannot say he's struggling in as much as he has not gotten the goals. I mean, he went on injury, right? So he's still getting the goals. He's still being that player that we all know him about.
Because for a player of Cunha's caliber, I was expecting. And then I remember when Manchester United signed this boy, and I was hearing, we've signed Cunha. Man, of
course, he's still that person.
We've signed Cunha, we've signed Mbuemo. You guys should be ready for us. You people are doing amazing. I'm not even going to lie. At least you know, it's one day happiness, one day headache, one day happy, on and off.
Your own
But I
too
say
now.
it's almost the same thing.
Maresca don't make una tongue, don't sweep floor.
At the end of the day, I don't even know what's be the problem between Chelsea and Manchester United, because most of the time we behave like two hideous twins, and I don't know. Because now, but the only thing we can actually have in our as our own excuse is the fact that we're playing in every competition currently. We're in the Champions League, we're in the Premier League, we are in the Carabao Cup, and of course the FA Cup. And you know, it's so much on the players. And then when you get to rotate players and you don't get, because sometimes people keep blaming Maresca for his rotations and everything like that. I'm like, yo, the players that he's rotating and putting into games, are they not meant to play? They are also meant to play. They are players. You know, you cannot expect for a James, Enzo, Palmer, all of the 11, the starting 11, the major starting 11s to play every single game. This is for human
But
beings.
I also feel that Maresca is too experimental. You know, there are sometimes you need to tone it down. You know, tweak some things so that if this one is not going, it's just like balancing the team. If this one is not working, you bring it, but he will wait till 89 minutes.
But he does that, Sha.
And wait for a savior.
No, I think he does that, because in the game against Cardiff, we saw him make, you know, very important changes as soon as, you know, the second half started and everything. To me, I feel like Maresca is doing amazing. I don't know what people are saying about him. He's experimental.
Like, Maresca, you need to leave my club
Those
right
ones are not.
now.
Those ones are not. They don't know what is wrong with them. Maresca is going nowhere, except the board, truly, because we've been hearing of, you know, rifts between him and the board and everything. But except they are the ones who say, okay, oh, come and be going. But they might have to probably wait till the end of the season, because sacking a coach right now is going to definitely demoralize the entire team. But apparently the players also love him. So it's tricky and it's dicey. But I feel like Maresca is
it's also
experimental
one thing
and stubborn.
for players to want you, and they'll have to play for you.
Yes.
Right? But
Yes.
if they don't want you, even their on-field attitude will just know that, oh, this man, you need to set,
Like
you need to
the
pack your
Manchester
bags.
United boys did to Ten Hag. I think at the point they chased
Ten
him.
Hag. Ten Hag. That guy.
A name that gives Man U fans nightmare.
If you hear Ten Hag's name, you wake up from your sleep. That guy dealt with us, and he will just slap us with trophies. We'll just shut up.
I have a friend that always used to say, Ten Hag, anywhere you are.
Now
it
why
will not
never
be good for
not
you.
even give am breathing space once?
Okay, yeah, so let's move on. So like we just mentioned about Garnacho, and now you guys have like a Sesko in your team who also came from the Bundesliga. And in Bundesliga, he was firing. He was doing so well. But currently, I think he's injured at the moment.
Yeah,
but before he went on his injury, it felt as if he was also struggling. Same thing with Højlund. When Højlund was at Manchester United, he came in as a striker. He struggled. So is there like a problem with the Manchester United team and, you know, playing to the strength of a striker?
I wouldn't say there's a problem. You know, Manchester United is a big club, and any player coming in, especially when you're not Premier League proven, you try to adapt to the system, the league and all of that, to new players, to new environment. So sometimes it can be a hassle for them to, you know, blend in and all of that. So Sesko Sheshko
Is what I was saying. Because I went to watch the land.
It matter tie small rope now,
But
I feel like he's going to, you know, do amazing. He's got the height, he's got the physique to do what a striker should do. So let's watch out for him.
If you guys say so, Sha. But then again, how much time do you think a player deserves before fans begin to call him out? Because currently, Arsenal fans are already beginning to look at Gyökeres and say, I mean, did they sell to us Gyökeres from table? What's going on? Because the Gyökeres we watched at Sporting is not this one that we're seeing here. As in nothing. You know, they see no evil, I mean, smell no trophy, because what is going on? So, so what do you think? How long should the player, how much time should the player be given? I also feel like Chelsea fans, I'm just mentioning clubs that have been having problems with certain players. Chelsea fans have been complaining about Joao Pedro, and how that, his Club World Cup task is over. He should give us something new. But to me, I don't think he has been doing bad, because I think he's one of the highest goal scorers at Chelsea for right now. But most Chelsea fans still expect more from him. Like, give us more. There should be more. He holds the ball too much. He does not release. And then there is Florian Wirtz at Liverpool as well. A player that people have been expecting so much from, and then he's getting so little. Even the only goal that he managed to score they still gave it as own goal. So for players like these are their first seasons in their new clubs. Joao Pedro, this is his first season at Chelsea. You might think he has been here for a long time because of how he blended. Benjamin Sesko, this is his first season in the Premier League at Manchester United. Gyökeres, this is his first season as an Arsenal player. Apparently, he was in the Premier League before he went to Sporting. I think a lot of people did not know this fact, but Gyökeres used to play in the Premier League. I cannot really remember which club, and I don't say the wrong thing. Is that for Wolves or Burnley? One of those clubs. I'm not really sure. So if you know, please write in the comment section. And then now we also have Florian Wirtz, who is also struggling. So for these players, should they be given this first season, or is it okay for fans to begin to freak out right now?
First of all, let me just put it out there. Fans no get chills.
At all.
If they give us results, body go pepper us. We cannot be watching logs of wood every time on the pitch. So now let me start from Joao Pedro. Sometimes when I watch him, back then at Brighton, he was firing all cylinders. He was fantastic and all of that. Now, when I look at Joao Pedro, I'm like, Joao Pedro, are you a 9 or a 10 or nothing? What are you? Right?
What are you really?
What are you really? And also Dilap, who is also struggling at Chelsea at the moment. Gyökeres as well. Because I say fans don't have chills. I feel like, players should be given time to adapt. But it's just football. If we're not getting the results, you have to walk away. But they should get time. But me, I don't get chills.
I know, say you need part of the players, fans will don't get you because, for example,
and even Florian Wirtz as well. But the dynamic of Florian Wirtz, coming from a different league, is quite a struggle. And Liverpool, before the season started, on paper they were like the best squad when you had a Kitike, Isak, Florian Wirtz, Frimpong. Names choke. So watching him struggle like that is going to be such a headline in the media, and it's also going to be a lot of pressure on the player. So it's just pressure and adapting to the environment, to the system. So players should be given more time, but fasting your
as much as we're giving you time, you self try for us.
You self try. Try.
Even Isak too. Isak has been
make person tongue no sweet floor. Try.
Okay, so we're going to be moving on. Over the past few days, I've seen some Manchester United fans going crazy on social media about how Barcelona fans lack respect because they have been comparing Pedri to Bruno Fernandes.
This conversation
what do you
right
have to
now,
say about
it dey pepper me because I'm like, how can you disrespect Bruno like that, calling Pedri? That one is like a potential.
So
now.
Is Bruno the best 8 in the world currently? Is he 80 plays or 10?
10, and sometimes he plays
sometimes
an advanced 8.
So do you think he's the best number 10
currently?
Right now? Ahead of Palmer, Pedri.
Yes.
So if I give you Cole Palmer to add to your team and let Bruno go to Saudi Arabia, because I heard recently him saying that the club wanted him to leave and go to Saudi because you guys need the money. So we know you need to patch your leaking roof and buy some modern.
No, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't try me now.
I'll buy some modern facilities.
Don't even go there.
So let's say Palmer, because I have also heard some Manchester United fans saying that eventually Palmer used to be a Manchester United fan, so he will end up at Man United. So are you going to? Is it a sacrifice you're willing to make? What do you think?
No, I'm very content with Bruno.
Bruno is 33 years. 31. I beg
your
pardon.
It doesn't matter. We are not doing birth certificates here. We're just watching footballers play, right? So,
I'm saying, looking at, in the long term, which player do you think will serve you more right now than the other? When you consider everything, age, skills,
you see Chelsea fans. We're talking about Pedri and Bruno. She don't carry Palmer come
because
now.
I don't first ask you that. Is it the best 10? Is he the best 10 in the world?
You see Chelsea fans. Now they rest.
You say yes.
We are not done with Palmer and Bruno's debate.
Oh yeah. Let's focus on. I'm coming back to Palmer and Bruno, but Pedro and Bruno. What makes it feel like an insult for you guys when people compare Bruno to Pedri and say, oh, Pedri ahead of Bruno and all of those types of things. What makes it?
There is no angle that you're going to look at that Pedri beats Bruno. Let's take it back to even when Pedri was at Las Palmas. He was considered as a potential. And Bruno, while he was at Sporting, he was also, it was because of his output at Sporting that we decided we had to even pay for 6 million upfront for Bruno because we saw the quality in him, right? I see Pedri as a player that just makes up a combined 11, a starting 11 and all of that,
Baka fans will not like this. So Ivory, I'm not guys, I was not here when she said this. So he's just a player for just to make up the number.
He can. I would. He's a brilliant player. I wouldn't take that away from him.
Yeah,
he's someone that you can just bring in, or he can be in that pitch and control the game for you. But Bruno decides games. If you look at goals and assists, he doesn't even beat Bruno. If it comes to leadership, if it comes to game changing output, and all of that. So
and let's also consider the fact that I'm going to speak, in favor of Manchester United on this one, because I do not like the two clubs, Man U.
But you wouldn't watch the disrespect. Come on.
I cannot take the disrespect because come on. Considering the fact that Bruno plays in the Premier League, which is a much tougher league than, the La Liga, we cannot even take that away. When you look at the La Liga and how they are set up, you see that it's some certain clubs that keep doing amazing. Barca, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Barca, Real. It's just
a recurrent.
Look at the Premier League at the moment. What do you mean by
Sunderland?
Between second and 10th position is only 3 points, 2 points, 4 points are in between them. To anybody that sleeps up right now, yes, that's Arsenal. Arsenal are the only ones that have 10 points between 36. Them and the 6th position.
Man United 26.
So if you want to be disrespectful to players, consider everything and know that Bruno has done so well. He has proven himself. Let's look at his stats for this season. So far, so good. He has been amazing. Let's not even lie. So Bruno has played this season alone. He's played 17 games. He has 11 goal contributions in those 17 games. That is 5 goals, 6 assists. Very amazing stuff. He even scored in the game against Bournemouth.
Do you get?
Yes. So, and for Pedri this season has played 14 matches in the La Liga, 4 matches in the Champions League. In the Champions League, he has not scored any goal, by the way, and he sure me died.
And he has more games.
Champions
you
League.
Get more games. If we had more games, now this one no go smell him back now.
And then we have Super Copa de España. He has played 2 games as well. So that's 18 plus to 20 games, and he has 7 goal contributions. So definitely this season and generally we can say Bruno is ahead of Pedri. There's no comparison.
All day, any day and night.
Yeah.
Morning and afternoon.
You guys should stop it.
Please. Stop that. If I hear or see anything like that again, I will unleash my anger on you.
Who said police in
your
area?
I will unleash my anger. Please, don't do that.
You people should not be angry. Forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. You people came to England and collected 3-0. Have you forgotten? Chelsea beat you by 3 goals to nothing. So just lay low.
But they've released people from their cage.
Honestly, after beating back, I almost died. What is going on? Thankfully, we are back on track. We move. So we've spoken about Bruno, Pedro, we've spoken about Cunha, Garnacho, and how that you will not take, even though Garnacho is in form, seems to be in form right now. He's doing amazing. But you still stick with Cunha, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's also now look at the Premier League table again. Arsenal are a club that a lot of us just keep looking at from the corner and saying, can they really do it? Will they do it? They are topping the Premier League table. They are topping the Champions League table. They've never won the Champions League. This might actually be their time to actually win the Champions League. Probably they do well. But then I remember that there was a time that they were very close. I think, was it in 2007 or when?
Very close.
Or 2017. There's a 7 at the back, yeah. That they were very close. The final, Arsenal Barca.
And they lost.
And they had like 17 minutes to win the to win the Champions League for the very first time ever, and they lost it. That just sums up what Arsenal is as a club, bottling things when it's almost time. So now looking at them right now, they have actually been struggling in the last few games. Not really. You might not say really struggling, but they are not performing at the same level that they started performing at this season.
Because if you look at Wolves, when we beat Wolves 4-1, I'm like, Arsenal that have a very decent
They should be able to give them like 7-0.
like 7-0, 5-0, 6-0, and they were struggling.
They didn't even score any goal. They didn't score any goal in that game.
Arsenal, which way? That is why they keep saying, Arteta, this season, will you be a bridesmaid or a bride?
Arsenal, I beg. And now, looking at the fact that, what is his name? What's his first name? Pep Guardiola has decided to fasten the seatbelt, because once Pep Guardiola, anywhere Arsenal is struggling, then you find Pep.
Pep means business like this.
Because look at the game between over. Man City and Crystal Palace. Normally, Crystal Palace has been beating Man City in recent times. But all of a sudden, Glasner did not have the solution, because Pep has now looked at it and said, you could be beating me every time. But you see this time around that I'm very close to topping Arsenal. Now it's just 2 points between them.
City, they're having like a very rough time. Just use that opportunity to get everything you want to get. Because once Pep picks up, it's game over. Honestly,
it's game over, because now I'm seeing how that Arsenal are going to be in trouble, because it's now 2 points between them and City. So, but what do you actually think is a problem with Arsenal Football Club? Arteta, Arsenal, why is it always a problem? It has to. This is not the first time we're seeing this happening. That's happened before. I remember when they were topping the table by 8 points, and all of a sudden they lost 2 games, drew 1, boom. Pep is on top of them again. So what do you think is always the problem at Arsenal? Is it mismanagement? Is it lack of coordination? Is it lack of seriousness? Is it that is somebody swear for them? What is it exactly?
They should just go for prayers. But seriously, I think it's the mentality. You know, when you've had title drought for years.
Yeah. You tend to.
I'm coming close, you know, even 2 seasons ago, they were top on the table for like 6 months, and everyone was like, Arsenal will win the league. You know, near success syndrome as well. So it's the mentality is not there. The winning trophy mentality is not there. So, you know, they're trying to feel like, oh, we deserve something, and, you know, they've been working for it, you know, season after season and all of that. It's
just not coming.
So, but it's not just coming. That's why I said maybe Arteta can become a bride this time.
But do you want them to win the Premier League? What do you think? Should Arsenal win the Premier League and just carry their wall and be going, or should they not win it? Let them just still be that banter club.
I'll answer from a bad belly side.
Answer from a bad belly side.
A bad belly side, obviously no. Now I want to see them, you know,
suffer.
The banter, you will suffer. You will not get any trophy. I want to see that, but you know they've worked for it.
Yeah.
Currently top on the table in the Premier League and also in the Champions League. 6/6, right? 6/6 in the Champions League. I mean, it's fantastic.
They didn't lose any game,
and their defense has always been solid, and you know it's still like that till now. So, I mean, they deserve it, but I don't want to see them win. I don't want to.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to ask you, because you're a Manchester United fan, which signing do you think is the worst signing this season? Florian Wirtz signing or Benjamin Sesko's signing? So far, so good. Also considering the fact that Sesko has not even been available, injuries and all of those things, who would you say is the worst signing?
Obviously, Wirtz, because there was so much responsibility for him. You know, coming into the league, there was so much hype that he's going to. Me, I was like, this one is going to be like the best signing because of, you know, everything that came with his signing and all of that. So I think he's been like a flop, and it's quite noticeable to that of Šeško, because there's someone to cover up Šeško. There is Mount, there's also Zexi, there's, you know, there are players that can cover up his atrocities.
Okay, so you guys have turned Mount to a 9 now.
No, Mount, I just feel like, you know, he's a very special player. Like, he's that kind of player that can adapt to anywhere. So,
it took him time to adapt, Sha.
Yeah.
Took him time to adapt.
It's just injury. Injury. Aside injury, he's just that player. Like,
I give it to Mount. I mean, I'm not going to talk.
I still miss him.
I'm never going to talk.
We've got him.
Anyway, let me just even be honest and admit, Mason Mount is that one player that I can never talk badly about, because he's this player. The way I take my players, once somebody plays for Chelsea, I feel some sort of, you're my player, that kind of connection to you. And that is why no matter how angry I get, you will not see me online visibly dragging a part, like maybe dragging them in a, how will I say it now, in an abusive manner. I could just say things like, Tosin, what have I done to you? Do you want to take my life? See, you have to sit on the bench.
Get out of my club.
I might not say get out of my club. I might not say that in public. Maybe in my room, I'll be like, this boy has to leave. I think after the last game against Leeds, I kept on saying, Tosin, you have to.
Tosin has committed atrocities.
Tosin, and he had the mind to even lock his comment section because he posted a picture after the game against Cardiff, and I realized that his comment section was locked. I'm like, in your mind though,
make people visit them small.
In your mind, you don't go open that make we greet you. But yeah. So I feel these attachments players. I really did love Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, and at the time when they had to leave and go to other clubs, it was difficult. Like it was difficult to just say, I beg, this player must not do well. I do not wish them well. I wanted them to do well. I wanted them to. If it feels bad when I see Mason Mount, being dragged, or he's no longer the Mason Mount I used to know, and all of that. So if he comes back and he's doing amazing, I'm definitely happy.
And that's why I still say that fans don't have chills. Like if you even have 2 good games and have 1 bad game, they'll still bash you.
They will. Alejandro Garnacho now has scored against Cardiff.
So someone like Araujo.
Yeah. And he had to go for spiritual cleansing. They dragged him to the point of so football fans, you guys need to actually chill. These players are human beings. At the end of the day, they are humans. They have families. They have loved ones. If they die, you are going to definitely feel bad that you dragged them. So let's just pipe low a bit. Now I'm going to ask you the next most interesting question. Looking at your midfield currently, you have Bruno, let's say Casemiro. Let's put Casemiro in there. So Bruno, Casemiro, and who now? Ugarte, yeah. Kobe Mainoo has not been playing. Even if I just heard another news like just a while ago that Kobe Mainoo is definitely going to probably be leaving Manchester United. Even his brother wore a shirt.
No being brother.
Who be the person?
I don't know.
Person wear a shirt. Free Mainoo. Even Palmer also has been caught in that conversation of free my boy, like free Mainoo and all of those things. So if he's definitely going to be leaving Manchester United, we do not know. We're just going to have to wait and see. So let's just leave Mainoo as a substitute for now. Let's do Bruno, Ugarte, and Casemiro. Which of this midfield trio are you going to swap for your Manchester United midfield currently? The PSG midfield, the Barca midfield, comprising of Frankie de Jong, Pedri, and Fermin. Yeah, is it Fermin or Ferran Torres?
No, it's not Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres plays up front. It's Fermin.
Okay, so Fermin in the middle. So let's do Pedri, Fermin, and Frankie de Jong. Then we have Chelsea's midfield, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, and Cole Palmer as midfielders. And then we'll come to the PSG midfield, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and Neves. Which of these midfield trio are you going to swap for your current Manchester United midfield? And you're not taking anybody out. You're taking them the way they are, putting them in the Manchester United midfield. So I do not want to hear, I'm going to still keep my Bruno. Tell us why. Give us your reason. Why are you going to bring? Because we have a Premier League midfield trio there.
I beg
Premier League proven. But let me hear your reason.
Vitinha is like is a very fantastic player. If you watch him at Portugal and also, playing for PSG.
Yeah.
And they were the club that had most of the finals last season, so you could see that the trial worked. And I would want to see that kind of trial in my system, in my club.
Okay, so you're talking about Enzo not being consistent, right?
I want to drag your boy.
Wouldn't you like
to drag your boy?
And Enzo is the love of my life. Like you can drag any other Chelsea player, but anytime when they drag Enzo, they always pitch me for body. I don't know for some reason, but anyways, Enzo, you don't want to have a midfielder like Enzo that knows how to crash, into boxes from anywhere. When you're getting all those deliveries from Mbeumo and Cunha into the box, and then there is a player that is just running from deep to come and score a goal. Do you think is that player that you cannot count on or you cannot bank on?
Something with Enzo, he's not consistent. Enzo can have like a terrible game and he'll just score a goal. And that saves the day. That saves him from all of that. But Caicedo, on the other hand, he's a very fantastic deep lying midfielder. And Palmer as well. He's also fantastic.
Okay, so let's do it like this. You've chosen PSG's midfield as the full replacement for the Manchester United midfield. If you could replace, with any of these midfields, right? So now let's do something. If you could take out some midfielders from your midfield and replace them.
You just want to make I add Chelsea?
No. You can add from any other place and take and pick new midfielders too. So you have a Bruno. Who are you swapping Casemiro with?
Casemiro.
You're still going to keep him because of experience.
He's got the experience, and he's I wouldn't say he's bad. His experience is up there. So I don't think he's someone that would just swap in a hurry.
Okay.
But maybe because of age, I would consider someone else. But the Casemiro that we know this season, he has been fantastic.
You guys wanted Baleba.
I beg, that one is story. I beg you, that one is story for another day. Baleba, day where you did. Let us go and check our drawing board and see. I beg.
Write it, just do that structure. Very wicked club.
We're not like Chelsea that panic buy all Brighton players, but aside.
even as we panic bought Brighton players, because anytime people say this thing to me, I'm like, is it paying off or is it not paying off? I mean, look at the players that's why I was also talking. He will pick, because look at the ones that we bought. I'm serious. Look at
understanding babe.
Apart from being an understanding babe, calm down. That's why I asked the first question I asked, like, how much time do you think players deserve? Because I've come to realize that sometimes we fans, like you rightly said, we don't get you. And that is because we love our club so much. Imagine you have a player as a 9, like in Joao Pedro now. You need somebody to convert chances that he's getting from maybe Cole Palmer or Enzo Fernandez or Caicedo in the midfield. And then he's playing the ball, like his finishing is bad. You know that your team is in trouble, like you're struggling. Relegation don't they smell be that. So I feel like that's why most of the time fans are very, very upset. But then again, if it doesn't get to that point where you get to relegate and all of that, you just have to keep going. Oh, let's keep going, let's try harder.
There was also an issue last season with Bruno Fernandes. Like when fans were like, oh, Bruno, you need to leave the club.
He's finished and all of those things.
We need to understand that Bruno is a captain, and all eyes are on him. He always plays games, and he has also happened to other players. Let's look at Salah now, that is having an issue with slot. There was also Xavi Hernandez, Steven Gerrard.
There are players that always are out of
those
form
times
at points,
when
yes.
Xavi, they were like, oh, Xavi, you're the issue in this Barca team, you're too slow and all of that they were even considering bringing a younger player like Iniesta and all of that. So we could see that even after all those things, sometimes fan power supersedes, so they had to leave, even Steven Gerrard at Liverpool and all of that.
Yeah.
So this same thing now with Salah and a slot. We don't have chills once you just start, because now Salah has been terrible this season. We can't even deny the fact.
But then again, talking about Salah, sorry to cut you short, I do not think that the problem with Salah is even coming from the fans, because I think fans have come to realize that Salah is an asset. Like, what I'm saying is, Salah has his moments right now. He's struggling at the moment, but we can actually see that he is a legend already. He has done so much for the club that we cannot overlook, and they have been able to stand up for him. Like, even though it was divided, even though it was divided, because like you rightly said, fans will always be fans. Some of them will always want to be like, I beg, I don't care. But for people like me, I told you about myself being one person who is always emotionally attached to players. I feel like you're playing for my club, you're representing my club, your family.
Yeah, most fans are, emotionally attached to games. That's why.
Yeah. So, but some fans are more attached to the club than they are to players. Their loyalty is, now my club first. I don't care about you. But me, I love my club very well. If it gets to the point where an Enzo Fernandez has to leave Chelsea, I mean, Eden Hazard left Chelsea. I cried, cleaned my tears, and continued to support Chelsea, because you love this player, you want them to stay with you forever, but they have to go. So you have to keep moving and going with it. So for the time that Eden Hazard, if there was a time Eden Hazard also was struggling, at Chelsea, he had a very bad spell and everything, but it was still that same season he came and made sure that Tottenham would not get their hands on a Premier League trophy. So players like that, these players will still turn up when they need to turn up and all of this.
And I know somehow Salah would be saying, I for don't even come out.
I for never sign that new contract. Exactly.
Like, I for don't come out.
So yeah,
take your respect and leave.
And leave while the ovation is loudest. Fans
because on that Klopp built his system around Salah. Like if you look at the fullbacks, look at the forwards, they were covering up for Salah in like any defensive gap and all of that.
Yeah.
But Slot now, when it comes to Salah, he's not even building it. Salah just looks like a lone player, like doing his thing.
He's not getting fed as much as he used to.
So the difference between Klopp and Slot is that Klopp built the system around Salah. That was why it was very easy for him to have a fantastic season
last season, because Slot actually used Klopp's blueprint last season, and
won,
now that he's trying to use his own
it's not working.
Foul.
But all the elite players from different clubs
and nothing
traumatized us, but the downfall has come. The only thing that will shine at Anfield is your bald head. No worry, we are here.
Oh my god. All right, so thank you so much, Ivory, for coming to Girls in Football. I've had fun gisting with you.
Are we done?
You want to continue, Abby? Before we go though, I want you to tell let's have one let's have one goalkeeper, one defender, one midfielder, one attacker, and one attacker. Two midfielders, one attacker. All time best five. Or what formation are you even going to play with these five people? Are you going to have two defenders or two midfielders? How are you going to
one defender, two midfielders, and one forward. Goalkeeper, I would say Schmeichel.
Really? Not Van der Sar. That's Van der Sar, yeah? Who is the one that Ten Hag pursued?
Not the air.
Oh, it's not the gear, Abby?
No. But he's up there as well.
Okay.
But Schmeichel. Then for defense, who am I going to pick for defense now? Maybe Rio Ferdinand.
Who else? I mean, who else do you people have? Who else do they have that is a fantastic defender? Let's go to midfield. Yeah, of all time.
Paul Scholes obviously has to be there.
Okay, we're looking for one more midfielder.
Who again? Will I say George Best? Or maybe this guy is up there. Let me say George Best.
Okay. Bruno, you did not make it. Next, attacking.
Bruno Fernandes is also there.
How?
So let me just
How?
Let me just bring in someone.
Yeah. Now. Okay.
Bruno, you need to come in.
Eventually, maybe when he retires from Manchester United, when he goes
to
Saudi Arabia.
Legend, obviously.
Okay, if they say so.
Then forward, I'm going to say Wayne Rooney.
Not even Ronaldo.
Ronaldo had like a short spell at United. If he had like a longer
good spell, it was short, but it was good. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was good. But Wayne Rooney is up there as well. Ronaldo too, should be there. But
okay, nice. Do you want me to do my own?
Yeah, do your own.
You're interested?
Yeah. Please don't put Enzo or Cole Palmer there because
none of these boys can come in. But okay, let's just go easy peasy. In goalkeeping, of course, we have Peter Cech.
Yeah.
Best goalkeeper of all time.
The only one who get.
We agree. We take it like that. We'll take it. Considered only 15 goals in a season. That's good. Solid from him. Yeah. And amazing. So in defense, I'm definitely going to be putting John Terry there because of course wonderful defender, the best defender of all time in the Premier League. They will not agree, Sha, but I mean he had the most goals a defender can have.
He was fantastic. You wouldn't deny the fact.
Thank you so much for agreeing with me on that. Then I'm going to actually play two forwards. I'll play two forwards because I want to play two forwards. And I'll play Lampard in midfield. And for forwards, I have Eden Hazard, of course.
Obviously.
And hold on. Eden Hazard and Drogba.
Dilap no coming.
Who be that?
You don't like the turkey lap. The wings.
I don't think I said these boys. They never really follow.
When they go turn legend.
But then again, I think I want to make a switch, because if I'm going to be playing two attackers, I cannot play an attacking midfielder, which is Frank Lampard. You have
to play defensive.
I want to play a defensive midfielder, since I have a Drogba and I have. But who will create chances for me in the midfield? I still need somebody.
But you already have two forwards now, so
Hazard will create chances. He can do that. So Hazard, Drogba, Kante in the midfield. Yeah. Kante in the midfield.
N'Golo Kante.
Yeah, N'Golo Kante in the midfield. For me though, I know that a lot of people want to be like Claude Makalele and Essien or whoever, but for me, it's definitely N'Golo Kante in that position. For so many amazing works I did at Chelsea. We're going Ivory. You don't want to go?
Do I want to go?
Don't worry. You will come again another day.
Yeah.
Another day. Abi guys, we would like to see Ivory again.
You again.
Same here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, darlings, for watching from home. We love you guys so much. Follow Ivory on social media at
_IvoryDee.
Yeah. And you will love our content.
And don't forget that Manchester United is still the biggest club in the world.
We're going, please.
Period.
I beg. Go take us as started. Let's go, please.